Live, live. Awesome. Hey, do you want to just give us a quick rundown of who you are, where you are, and
Yeah.
give us an intro?
So we contract milk, my husband and I, in Reporoa, and we carved down about 700 cows in the spring, and a good old 100 in the autumn. So in the spring, these guys are a bit better to look at. In the spring, we rear about 400 calves, so that ranges through to replacement, some beef, these little Jersey bulls, and we are taking through some Frisian bulls this year just because there wasn't a market much for them. But yeah.
And how long have you been on this farm for?
This is our 4th season. Yeah, but we're both born and bred in Reporoa, so yeah.
Right. And so I was just thinking this morning, I recall a message from you probably 4 years ago, because I think you've been using Calf Xtreme the whole time you've been there, is that right?
Yeah, so our farm owner, we're lucky actually that our farm owners are awesome in the fact that they love to pump like animal health care into the system. So he had this product and we thought, oh gosh, what's this maybe hippie product he might have? But he said, I really rate it. And we said, oh yes, I'd give it a shot. And yeah, we've never looked back. We've probably actually every year we've pushed more and more Calf Xtreme through the calves because we're doing bigger volume calves as well.
You got going on there, Torey. What can you tell us a little bit about
that? So yeah, we're mainly a Frisian herd. So the replacements obviously Frisian. There might be the odd blacker one that's come through from an older cross, but and then we've gone more Charolais this season, because obviously we take calves through, all the beef go through right through to the runoff, and we finish them off as nearly 2-year-olds. So we've really enjoyed the Charolais. Don't have any speckles at the moment. I'm still waiting for the speckled Parks and Herefords to come through. They mainly I think we've got about 30 odd beef at the moment. Oh, and then the little Jersey fellas. So we rear our own Jersey bulls, and so we buy them locally, and then they'll go over the heifers as yearlings. We've had really good results at yearling bulls.
Awesome. And you got heaps of calves in a pen there.
Yeah, there's about 50. I normally 50 is my max. We go about 50 in each of these pens because they're quite nice big pens with the indoor flow. But my big guys out there, I'll go for a walk to them shortly. We're running 40s. Because 50s get a bit hard on the feeder. Even these guys are struggling at the moment because they're relatively good size.
That's a fatty there, eh?
Yeah, so he's one of our Frisian bulls.
Yeah.
And then obviously these are the farm owned Frisian bulls, so we're doing 50 for him, and then ours are over at our place over there. What was the biggest thing that you noticed with Calf Xtreme to start with, and then what changes have you made thereafter? So pretty much I found that we were always a twice a day system, and I would put it into the frustrating category would be you'd go down and feed, say these guys, you'd back in here for the feeder in the afternoons, and they'd look at you happy and be like, do we have to drink? And then so you'd back in, and it was kind of like time consuming because they didn't really want to drink, and then you'd back in the mornings and they were on the feeder within seconds. And then we've gone, so over the 4 years we've gone from once a day after a couple of weeks to once a day from day one. And the reason for that is because our pens up at the cow shed, they're about half a k up the road, that we don't have much room up there, so we're always adding 4 or 5 day old calves down here, so it gets hard to try do the even wean on to once a day. So we found if we went once a day from so obviously we bring in our newbies that day, we give them gold colostrum that night, and then the next morning they'll go once a day, and we just found that they've really adjusted to the system. And we kind of did a bit of a trial run because we do the 100 beef in the autumn. We thought we'd try the 100 beef like that, and they'll probably calves we've had, so that's why we thought we'll do the system. And also with young kids as well, it just made life a lot easier. Normally they're always
How old are these calves here?
These guys will probably range from about 3 to 4 weeks old. So our oldest 2 mobs are mixed out there, they'll only be just hitting 6 weeks old now. And so these guys are getting 6 litres a day. They've got ad-lib meal, hay, and they're probably nearly borderline smashing a bag of meal a day.
Okay. So that's about half a kg
Yeah.
A bag per 50 there. 6 litres. When do you debud? What age?
These guys have actually all been debudded. They got debudded last week, and that was also going back to the once a day. Another reason why we enjoy going once a day early, as in we get pets come in, and a friend of mine, he books all my calves and he knows how we work, and they'll knock them out that afternoon. But it's nice knowing they've all had full feeds in the morning. Then the next day the next morning you come down and they just bounce on the feeder like no problem.
Yeah, sweet.
So he's probably my little hidden talent.
Awesome. Cool. Have you had any problems this year?
Not really. Nah, they've all actually been touch wood, and we do a lot of calves. They've actually gone only problems if one's been a little bit of a pig the morning before, but other than that, touch wood, we're doing all right.
No.
So no, you definitely feel like with the probiotic in them, you can definitely tell. Like, and we rear our own bulls as well, and like we've got our own stash of the probiotic to put through them, and I reckon it's just honestly life so much easier. Calf rearing can be challenging at times, and you want to
100%.
make it as easy as you can, I reckon. Pulling them back off the milk.
Sure.
So these are one of my oldest mobs. So I'm running 240 mobs at the moment. So yeah, these would be max 6 weeks old.
Okay, cool. And so you do a gradual work through to weaning?
Yeah, we'll slowly, obviously they will get up their meal. We'll keep just giving them ad lib meal as much as they can eat. We'll slowly start moving them from paddocks up to the shed as well, because we do sacrifice paddocks just at the moment. It's just easier. And then we will, we just gradually slowly cut them back. It's a very slow, steady process.
Nice. Hey.
Hey,
love seeing those nice drop guts on them, eh? And
and
nice and
shiny.
early.
Like these guys are just shiny.
Yeah, awesome. And what a day to be able to show it off too.
I know.
Have you seen some good gains in that with Calf Xtreme?
Yeah, definitely. They'll easily, sometimes when we start weighing like regularly, they'll easily be doing, because we can see what they put on last time, easily 0.5 kilo to 1 kilo. You'll even get some guys putting on 1.5 kilos, the real big guys.
A day?
Yeah. But normally it's 1 kilo to 1 kilo, yeah. So these will probably get weighed in about 3 weeks, I'd say. Just let the farm just settle a bit. They're a bit tapped in, but yeah. Just obviously nines, I find they are like little barrels.
Yeah.
Quite fat. And then they just handle once a day in the big volumes of milk. And they are eating grass. Like my bulls, I just moved them the other day into a real lush paddock, and they're probably smashed it back already. Like they're basically like little cows.
Awesome. Just coming back to that once a day side of things, how was it for you, like the sort of mental shift of jumping to something that you hadn't done before?
I felt like going once a day earlier.
Yeah.
I found it like it was like probably some people probably think, if you're going once a day early, it's potentially you might be being lazy, but I found you're not, like in the mornings, you know everyone, like if one doesn't drink, you know you've got an instant problem. You're not trying to think back to crap, did he drink last night or whatever. And I just feel like I obviously do all my young ones at 5 o'clock in the morning, just when my milk's ready. And then I just found like once a day just makes it easier. They just want to drink, they're just happy, and you're not getting ones that guts in the morning and then muck around in the afternoon. And just for me, knowing, just being a mum with young kids, it just meant I'm not carting kids out in the afternoon as well.
100%, yeah. And do you find they're still content in the afternoon, or are they bellowing for milk?
Nah, they're quiet. They hardly bellow. Yeah. Nah, they're friendly. So they'll try and they'll follow you around and annoy you. But like even in the morning, you'd think that they would be just going to town bellowing away, but nah, they're just happy as. They just wait. Awesome. I think I've seen videos before. They just wait at the gate and they're nice and silent.
Wicked.
Obviously, Jersey Bulls, they went once a day. They probably 10 days old when we get them. But they were once a day, 4 days after having them. And we keep them on their own for a little while just because they are a bit smaller than these guys. Cool. But They handle once a day. Our Jersey bulls have gone once a day in our system, and they just don't look back. They handle it, which is awesome because they are little fellas.
Yeah, yeah. What sort of volume do you reckon your jerseys are drinking on once a day?
We've just capped them they're all at 6 litres. I could probably easily push them a bit more to maybe 7
Okay.
or more. But
Yeah.
when you've got 400 calves,
Yeah.
and
That's
they're
a
on
lot of milk.
6 litres, husband gets a bit grumps if I keep taking milk. So
Super friendly, and they're looking awesome, eh?
yeah, it's nice to have a good day like today for them as well.
Yeah, we've timed it well. I don't know what yeah. No, that's cool. Oh, anything else from you, Torey?
Nah, we're happy. We obviously do quite a few calves, and I'm pretty much doing them all on my own with 2 littlies, and I'm just grateful that we can use Calf Xtreme to make my life a lot easier
Oh, that's awesome.
as well.
We're very happy when we see that it does that and makes people's lives easier.
Yeah, no, it definitely is good.